is always something happening around the world. We are here today to get you updated about events and programs from around the globe. A very good evening and warm welcome to Dharma Television Collective News. This is Srishti Khadki. Let's move on to today's headlines. Omni Business Corporate International blacklisted. Instruction to rescue Nepalese stranded abroad within a month. Corona confirmed in 1,039 people, 597 people in Kathmandu Valley. Zone study and research for the development of tea and coffee sector. PCR fee reduced to Rs 2,000. Jagdamba stills to face legal action for supplying low-quality rods. 6 persons, including a driver, injured on Narangad Muglin Road. U.S. wildfires update, at least 33 people killed. Rape declared national emergency in Liberia. National cricketer Bhandari out of danger. Neymar sent off after injury time brawl as Marseille beat PSG in League One. In the second ODI, Australia lost to England by 24 runs. Here we go for news in detail. Omni Business Corporate International (OBCI) has been blacklisted for 1 year for its involvement in the purchase of controversial health items. Office of Public Procurement Monitoring has published a notice blacklisting Omni Group from participating in other procurement process for 1 year. The blacklisted Omni Group will no longer be allowed to participate in any procurement and contracting process of public bodies for 1 year. Omni has been blacklisted for 1 year on the recommendation of the Department of Health Services, according to the Public Procurement Monitoring Office. Despite widespread criticism that government had acted in accordance with the agreement on the purchase of health items, there were protests against the government's failure to blacklist Omni. Committee on Industry and Commerce and Labour and Consumer Affairs under the House of Representatives has directed to rescue Nepalese stranded abroad within a month. Committee meeting held at Singhadarbar on Sunday directed the Ministry of Labour, Employment and Social Security and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to immediately start the work of bringing stranded Nepalese by formulating a systematic action plan to complete the rescue work of the stranded workers within at least a month. Similarly, committee has drawn the attention of government, saying that government has not done effective work to repatriate Nepalese stranded abroad. Committee has also directed Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation to coordinate with the airlines in time to manage the flights required for the rescue of Nepalese. Similarly, committee has directed Ministry of Labour, Tourism and Foreign Affairs to cooperate in quarantining those rescued from abroad and sending them to the concerned state and local levels, said committee chairman Bimal Srivastava. At the meeting, Minister for Labour, Employment and Social Security Rameshwar Roy Yadav said that Nepalese industries were brought to Nepal on priority basis. Rameshwar Roy Yadav said that those who were fired from work abroad and did not have any expenses would be repatriated under the coordination of the embassy. Committee members, however, said government had failed to work effectively on corona epidemic. Rameshwar Roy Yadav also accused government of not coordinating with Nepalese embassies in the countries concerned to repatriate Nepalese stranded abroad. At the meeting, Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Harish Chandra Ghimire, said that the number of homeless people is still more than 68,000.
बैठकमा कोभिड-19 को कारणबाट लामो समयदेखि रोजगारी गुमाई विदेशमा अल्पत्र अवस्थामा परेका नेपाली श्रमिकहरूलाई स्वदेश ल्याउने सम्बन्धमा भएको कार्य प्रगति शीघ्र उद्धारकार हुन नसक्नुका कारण र समस्याका सम्बन्धमा श्रम रोजगार तथा सामाजिक सुरक्षा मन्त्री तथा सचिव संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्री यो हटिन्छ तथा परराष्ट्र मन्त्रालयको प्रतिनिधि समेतसँग भएको छलफलमा देहानुसारको निर्णय गर्यौं। 1. वैदेशिक रोजगारीको रूपमा साउदी अरब, कतार, कुवेत, मलेसिया आदि देशमा गएका र कोभिड-19 को कारणबाट लामो समयसम्म रोजगार विहीन भई अल्पत्र अवस्थामा रहेका श्रमिकहरूलाई नेपाल ल्याउने सम्बन्धमा सम्बन्धित सरकारी निकायहरूबाट प्रभावकारी कार्य सम्पादन गर्न नसकेकोमा समितिको गम्भीर ध्यानाकर्षण भएको छ। यसरी अल्पत्र अवस्थामा परेका श्रमिकहरूलाई जति सक्दो छिटो कम्तीमा 1 महिनाभित्र उद्धार कार्य सम्पन्न गर्ने गरी हाल अल्पत्र अवस्थामा परेका नेपालीहरूलाई ल्याउने कार्य तत्काल आरम्भ गर्न श्रम रोजगार तथा सामाजिक सुरक्षा र परराष्ट्र मन्त्रालयलाई निर्देशन दिने। 2. उद्धार गर्ने कार्यमा आवश्यक उडान व्यवस्थापन गर्न एयरलाइन्सहरूसँग आवश्यक समन्वय गरी कार्य सम्पादन गर्न संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्रालयले निर्देशन दिने, विदेशबाट ल्याइएका श्रमिकहरूलाई क्वारेन्टिनमा राख्नुपर्ने अवस्थामा सम्बन्धित प्रदेश र स्थानीय तहसँग सहकार गरी कार्य सम्पादन गर्न श्रम रोजगार तथा सामाजिक सुरक्षा संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन परराष्ट्र मन्त्रालयलाई निर्देशन दिने। कोभिड-19 का कारणले रोजगारी गुमाएका श्रमिकहरू हाल भोकै रहेको विकराल अवस्था भएकोले यस्तो अवस्थाको तत्काल समाधान गर्नका लागि स्थानीय तहसँग समन्वय गरी भोकमरीको समस्या पहिला समाधान गर्ने कार्य गर्न नेपाल सरकार श्रम रोजगार तथा सामाजिक सुरक्षा मन्त्रालय संघीय मामला तथा समान प्रशासन मन्त्रालयले निर्देशन गर्दछ।
Corona has been confirmed in 1,039 more people in Nepal on Sunday. During the tests conducted in different parts of the country, corona was confirmed in 1,059 people, including 365 women and 674 men. Corona has been confirmed in 597 more people in Kathmandu on Sunday. According to the Ministry of Health, corona has been confirmed in 170 women and 305 men in Kathmandu, 483 in Bhaktapur, 81 in 22 women and 59 men, and 33 in Lalitpur in 16 women and 17 men. Along with this, number of corona infection in Nepal has reached 54,159. Similarly, 9 more people have died due to corona, and so far 345 people have lost their lives due to corona. Currently, number of active infected people is 15,117. A total of 1,170 people have been discharged on Sunday, while 38,697 have been discharged so far, said Health Ministry spokesperson Dr. Jageshwar Gautam. At present, there are 6,536 persons in quarantine, 7,387 persons in home isolation, and 7,730 persons in institutional isolation. So far, 840,527 corona have been tested, according to the ministry.
अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय र राष्ट्रिय बजारमा रियल टाइम यो पीसीआर टेस्ट सम्बन्धी यसको शुल्क चाहिँ पुनरावलोकन गरिएको छ। बजारमा रिएजेन्ट र अन्य सामानहरूको मूल्य घटेको आधारमा यो संशोधन गरिएको हो। कोभिड-19 को पीसीआर परीक्षण शुल्क सबै प्रयोगशाला, सबै भन्नाले पब्लिक प्राइभेट, सरकारी निजी सबै प्रयोगशालाको लागि शुल्क सबै शुल्क सहित अधिकतम रु 2000 रुपैयाँ तोकिएको छ। र अर्को बंगलादेशबाट प्राप्त भएको रेमडेसिभिर औषधि नेपाल स्वास्थ्य अनुसन्धान परिषदको निर्देशिका अनुसार रेमडेसिभिर प्रयोग गर्न सूचीकृत भएका अस्पतालहरूमा बिरामीको चाप अनुसार वितरण गर्ने र त्यसको सम्पूर्ण विवरण नेपाल स्वास्थ्य अनुसन्धान परिषदले प्राप्त गरी मन्त्रालयमा पेश गर्ने निर्णय भएको छ। र हामीले हाल मात्रै 5000 भाइल रेमडेसिभिर इंजेक्शन प्राप्त गरेका छौं।
An agreement has been reached between National Tea and Coffee Development Board and the Nepal Agriculture Research Council to conduct joint study and research for the development of tea and coffee sector. The memorandum was signed by Dr. Deepak Bhandari, Executive Director of the Council, and Dr. Vishnu Prasad Bhattrai, Executive Director of the Board at the Ministry of Agriculture on Sunday. As per the understanding, Board and Council will carry out research works to develop tea and coffee production and processing technologies suitable for Nepali soil and climate. The memorandum stipulates that the laboratory will be set up for the research and development of tea and coffee. Necessary infrastructure will be prepared. Dissemination of research findings will be jointly researched and implemented. On the occasion, Agriculture Minister Ghanshyam Bhushal suggested not to work for becoming a populist. Minister Bhushal directed to focus on real research and problem identification. Minister Bhushal said that all should work together to achieve the goals set by the cooperatives and the private sector in public agriculture. In order to work in accordance with the objectives of the agreement, both sides will carry out the necessary preliminary study and research activities within the limits of an annual approved program and budget of the fiscal year.
र म त्यो पपुलर एकदम तत्काल देखाउने नाममा पपुलिस्ट एउटा देखाउनका लागि काम गर्नुहोस् भन्दिनँ, त्यस्तो बरु नगर्नुहोस्। यसलाई के व्यवस्था हो, आधारभूत यसका कारणहरू के हुन्, त्यसलाई समाधान गर्नका लागि कसरी काम गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरा हामीले अहिले व्यवस्था बनाउने हो। मैले त कृषिको व्यवस्था नयाँ आजको लोकतान्त्रिक गणतन्त्रको कृषि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्ने हामीले बनाएकै छैनौँ। वास्तवमा यही भन्ने गरेका छु। राजाले आफ्नो बनाएका थिए, बिचमा हाम्रो एउटा खास एउटा परिस्थितिमा त्यो खालको बन्यो। अहिले त लोकतान्त्रिक गणतन्त्र, समाजवाद उन्मुख, समृद्धि उन्मुख यो मुलुकको कृषि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्ने हो। यसभित्र हाम्रो चिया कफी कसरी विकास गर्ने हो भन्ने कुरा राख्यौँ भने हाम्रो लक्ष्य पनि प्रष्ट हुन्छ, गतिविधि पनि प्रष्ट हुन्छ र हाम्रा सबै क्षेत्रका त्यो सार्वजनिक, सहकारी, निजी यी सबै क्षेत्रका दायित्वहरू पनि निश्चित हुन्छन् भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। यसका लागि म शुभकामना दिन्छु। यहाँहरू आउनुभयो, प्रबुद्ध मानिसहरू आउनुभएको छ, यस क्षेत्रका असाध्य दिग्गजहरू आउनुभएको छ, म उहाँहरूलाई स्वागत गर्छु र तपाईँहरूको साथ समर्थन यी हाम्रो यो चिया कफी विकासको अनुसन्धानमा, यसको विकासमा यी दुईटै क्षेत्रमा तपाईँहरूको रहेको छ। तर फेरि पनि हामी धेरै पछाडि छौँ। यसर्थ यसलाई कसरी अगाडि बढाउने भनेर सबैले ख्याल गरौँ।
Government has reduced the cost of corona infection testing across Nepal. Spokesperson of Ministry of Health, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam informed that PCR tests will be conducted in all government and private labs at a cost of ₹2,000 from now on. Gautam said that new price has been fixed on the basis of reduction in the price of reagents and other goods. Earlier, government had initially fixed the fee for PCR examination at ₹5,500. But then reduced to ₹4,000. Similarly, the remdesivir medicine from Bangladesh will be distributed according to the guidelines of Nepal Health Research Council in hospitals other than those listed for use of remdesivir, depending on the patient's pressure, and council should submit full details to the ministry, said spokesperson Gautam. Spokesperson Gautam also added that he has recently received 5,000 vials of remediation. Similarly, Gautam said that it has been decided to cancel the registration if the ambulances are used for any purpose other than carrying patients. The government has stopped the sale and distribution of iron rods produced by Jagdamba Steel under Shankar Group and initiated legal action. The Nepal Department of Quality and Measurement has taken action after finding that Jagdamba Steels, which has been misleading the consumers by claiming to be the #1 quality product in Nepal, is now cheating the consumers by selling low-quality steel bars. The department had written a letter of explanation to the company on Friday banning the sale and distribution of 16 mm TMT bar steel bars produced by Jagdamba. As a precautionary measure, the department has decided to withhold permission at a size of 16 mm and scrap about 300 tons of substandard iron rods produced by the industry in the presence of the department's representative. As per the decision of the department, all the rods that went to the market of Jagdamba will have to be returned. The department has stated that legal action has been taken in accordance with the Nepal Quality Certificate Act 2037 BS and Rule 16 of the Rules 2040 BS, as the rod of the industry was found to be of low quality. 6 persons were injured when 2 trucks collided with each other at Khare Bridge on Narangad-Muglin Road section this morning. A truck NA6 KHA 2423 heading towards Narangarh from Kathmandu and a truck NS4 KHA 8011 heading in the opposite direction collided head-on, injuring 4 persons including the driver of the truck, Surya Bahadur Thapa, spokesperson at the District Police Office, Chitwan. All the injured are undergoing treatment at the Old Medical College in Bharatpur. Reports indicate that at least 33 people have been killed in the wildfires raging from California to Washington state. The historic blazes have killed 10 people in Oregon, 22 in California, and at least 1 person in Washington state. Officials said the death toll is likely to rise since there are more people unaccounted for in the fires, and it's unclear when some of the fire-ravaged regions might see a reprieve. Geography Chief of the Fire Protection at the Oregon Department of Forestry said residents could expect some of the blazes to burn for months because that's simply the reality of having that much fire. Oregon Live reported there were 16 infernos over the weekend throughout the state, half of which may not be extinguished until winter, he said. Graffy said he predicts the 8 fires will be on landscape until the winter rains fall. Liberian President George Weah has declared a rape national emergency and has ordered new measures to tackle the problem after a recent spike of cases in the West African state. The move comes after thousands of Liberians protested rising incidents of rape in the capital Monrovia last month in a bid to draw attention to the country's alarming rate of sexual assault. Late on Friday, Weah said he would install a special prosecutor for rape in Liberia, as well as set up a national sex offender registry, a statement from his office said. The government will also establish a so-called National Security Task Force on sexual and gender-based violence. The high rates of rape in impoverished Liberia, forced to contend both with war and the Ebola virus in recent years, has been a long-standing concern. A UN report in 2016 recorded 803 rape cases the previous year in the country of 4.5 million and found that only 2% of sexual violence cases led to a conviction. Incidents of rape appear to have risen sharply this year. However, Margaret Taylor, the director of Liberia's Women Empowerment Network, told AFP last month that her NGO had recorded 600 cases of rape between June and August. Weah's announcement of a national rape emergency follows a conference in the capital Monrovia on tackling sexual violence on Wednesday. Addressing the meeting, the footballer-turned-president said Liberia was witnessing what is actually an epidemic of rape within the pandemic, affecting mostly children and young girls across the country. Weah's office said in the statement on Friday that further anti-rape measures will be announced. Lalit Bhandari, a member of Nepali cricket team who was injured in a bike accident, has been brought to Kohalpur in Bankhe for further treatment. Bhandari was injured when a truck SE1 KH 1324 and a motorcycle MA2 PA 4705 heading to Mahendranagar from Dangari collided with each other on Sunday evening. Bhandari was brought to Kohalpur at 3:30 a.m. The doctor said that Bhandari's CT scan looked normal. According to hospital sources, his right leg and right arm are broken. However, he is safe and has regained consciousness. Bhandari is 28, a resident of Suklaphat Municipality, Ward number 10, and his brother Karan Thagunna, 24, were injured in the accident. After primary treatment at Suklaphat Clinic in Jalari, he was brought to Bankhe via Dangari for further treatment. As Neymar left the pitch, the president told the fourth official he had heard a racist comment. Florian Thauvin scored the only goal as PSG lost their opening two League One games for the first time since 1985. But a late brawl saw PSG substitutes Leandro Paredes and Levin Kurzawa and Marseille duo Jordan Amavi and Dario Benedetto sent off along with Neymar. The referees watched a VAR replay of a punch from Neymar before showing him a straight red card. After the match, Neymar tweeted that his only regret was not hitting Alvaro Gonzalez in the face, having struck him on the back of the head. In the post-match press conference, Marseille manager Andre Villas-Boas said, "There is no place for racism in football, but I don't think that was the case. We'll have to look at it." The game, which was watched by a crowd of about 5,000 fans at the Parc des Princes, was fractious even before that late brawl. There were 17 cards shown in total, a record for a League One game in the 21st century. The injury time drama started when Marseille's Benedetto knocked Paredes in the back with the PSG midfielder, then punching him to the ground before appearing to headbutt Alvaro. A melee broke out with Kurzawa and Amavi punching and kicking each other. Benedetto and Paredes were each shown second yellow cards, with Kurzawa and Amavi shown straight reds. The VAR reviews showed Neymar had punched the back of the head of Alvaro, a player he had been in running battle with, and he was shown a straight red card. Having earlier been booked, Alvaro had also been involved in a big first-half flashpoint when he suggested Angel Di Maria spat at him. Di Maria was one of 7 PSG players along with Neymar to test positive for coronavirus before the season started. Australia have lost the second match of ODI series. Australia lost the match against England by 24 runs. Australia and England have also drawn the series by winning one game each. Now the last game of the series will be an important battle for both the teams. Batting after winning the toss, Australia set a target of 232 runs in the stipulated 50 overs. Batting in reply, Australia were bowled out for 207 in 48.4 overs. This is all for now. We'll be back with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Dharma Television. May all the sentient beings be at peace. Stay safe.